Hello and welcome to my channel. In the previous video, I covered basic concepts of C++ with the help of the Sololearn platform. In this video, I'll be continuing on with the course, going on to conditionals and loops. Let's start 12.1. Alright, so this is just implementing, this is just sharing with us how to implement the if condition, which is if, then we write the condition and then we enter the statement, and there can be a false condition as well, but if there isn't, that's fine as well. Okay, moving on. Which choice shows the correct syntax for the if statement? Yeah, this is correct. Continue. The if statement. So in this page, they're just telling us that this is how we can write the condition. 7 more than 4, that's the condition, and if that's the case, it will enter the loop statement, which is cout output yes. And yeah, there are a few ways we can write the condition. This is just either the more than operator, or if we use the other. So this is the more than and this is the less than. So there are different kinds, and this is just one way of writing a condition. And fill in the blanks to complete the variables and print hi there to the screen. Okay, so if x more than y, we print hi there. Done. So these are the additional relational operators, just like the one we have done previously. These are a few ways to describe a condition: greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, or not equals to. Okay, which correct operator is equality testing? Double equals. Yep. The not equals to operator evaluates the commands, determines whether or not they are equal. If the operands are not equal, the condition is evaluated to be true. Yeah, so this is the not equals to operator. Usually people call the exclamation mark not, and then there is the equal sign, so it's not equals to. And we'll be using the exclamation mark, the not sign, for other use cases as well. Fill in the blanks to compare the variables and then print not equals to the screen. Yeah, so if x is not equals to y, then I'll put not equals. You can use relational operators to compare variables in the if statement. Yeah. Didn't they already show this? Yeah, they have already shown this. But anyways, now we can get some XP. Let's get that quick XP. Practice plus 5 XP. Okay. Admission to pool is free for children under 7 years of age. The given program takes age as input. Task: complete the code to output free if the child is less than age 7. Okay, so if age is less than 7, then cout free. Done. Sorry for the lag, my computer is lags for some reason. Anyways, we got it correct. Yay. Moving on. Fill in the blanks to complete the value of the greatest variable. Int a, int b. If a is more than b, greatest is a. If b is more than a, greatest is b. Okay, yep, done. Lesson complete. We have learned the if else statement. Nice. Now we have the O. So the lesson and practice are, oh, the plus 5 XP, that's the practice. Okay, got it. Now the second portion. An if statement can be followed by an optional else statement. Alright, so here they are just telling us about the else condition which comes along with the if condition. The else is obviously optional, and this is also very useful if there is only one statement in the if else condition. The curly braces can be omitted, so this will help you save some time in the future. And I'll try to use this notation for my curly braces, so the curly braces start beside the if condition or the else condition and ends on a new line. Okay, yeah, that's what they do as well. Yeah, but sometimes many people just new line the first curly braces and then new line the last curly braces, so they just put an enter here. Fill in the blanks to check if the age variable is greater than 18. So if age is more than 18, like this, done. Okay, awesome. The else statement, run the code below, smash the exam. So there seems to be another exam. To study at a university, you must score higher than or equals to 90 out of 100 points. The given program takes points as input. Complete the task to output pass if the score is higher than or equals to 90. Otherwise, print fail. Okay. So it takes as input points. So if points is more than 90, more than or equals to 90, so more than sign and equals to sign 90. Then let me just use the convention they use, like this, more than or equals to 90. Then we print C out. So C out pass, otherwise it's gonna be a fail, I guess. Okay, so that's about it. Let's run this. Okay, you're on fire. Awesome. Moving on. Fill in the missing parts of the following code. X is greater than 33. If, else. Okay, awesome. The else statement. In all previous examples, only one statement was used. Okay, so yeah, you can just add in a few statements in the curly braces after the if and else condition. How many statements could be placed between the if else? As many as you want. If braces, sorry. Yep. Nested if statements. You can also include or nest if statements within another if statement. So this also comes in handy once in a while. For example, if your mark is more than 50, you passed, and then you want to check if the mark is equals to 100, then you want to output perfect. So yeah, this is one situation where you can use the nested if else loop, but I personally wouldn't use it for this particular example that they have used in. Fill in the missing parts of the nested if statements to print it works to the screen. So if x is more than 22, then we enter the curly braces, and then we want to check again if x is more than 31, and then we see out. I don't know what we're trying to do in this one. Nested if-else statements. C++ provides the option of nesting an unlimited number of if-else statements. Okay. I mean, let's see this example they used. If age is equals to 18, int age is equals to 18. If age more than 14, it enters the curly braces, and then if age is more than or equals to 18, then it's adult. If it's not, then it's teenager, else it's a child, or something's wrong. Okay, interesting. How many nested if else? As many as you want. They literally told us in the last page. In if else statements, a single statement can be included without enclosing it. Yeah, correct. Yeah. They told us in one of the previous pages. Including the curly braces always is a good practice, as they clarify the code and make it easier to read. Okay. Then we'll just add in the curly braces every single time, I guess, unless we're lazy and stuff. Fill in the blanks to compare the variables and print the printing in the else. Okay, so we want it to go into the else condition. So if x is more than y, which is not the case, we'll be going to the else, which is correct. Awesome. Continue. Okay, so we still have a few more sections to go through. A loop repeatedly executes a self statement until a particular condition is satisfied. Yeah, as for the while loop, it will just loop through the statement as long as the condition is true. At the point when the condition becomes false, the program control is shifted to the line that immediately follows the loop. And awesome. Which is the right syntax for the while loop? This looks like the right syntax because we have the bracket right after while. This one doesn't have the bracket, which is wrong syntax. Okay, the while loop. The loop's body is the block of statements with curly braces. Okay. The example above declares a variable equals to 1. The while loop checks the condition and executes the statement. Yeah. So in this situation, you'll print the number 1 at the very beginning, and then the number 1 will increase to number 2, and then you'll print the number 2, and then print the number 3, and then print the number 4, all the way until the number is equals to 6, and then it will fail this condition, and we'll move on to the line that precedes the while loop, which we will be seeing here. There we go. Let's see. After the 5th iteration, num becomes 6, and the condition is evaluated to be false, and the loop stops running. Correct. The while loop. Fill in the blanks to print x value to the screen 5 times. Okay, so as long as x is less than 5, we enter and loop the statement. So while this is the case, value is this. Value is beginning with 1, and then it will increase to 2, increase to 3, and so on. If you're new to while loops and loops in general, you might find this chapter a little difficult, and I'll encourage you to just practice, I guess. Look through tutorial videos, or even comment down under this YouTube video, and I'll try to explain in text and comments. Yeah. The while loop. The increment value can change. If changed, the number of times the loop is changed will change. So in the previous few pages, we were just incrementing this number by 1, but this time we have incremented it by 3, and without a statement that eventually evaluates the loop condition to false, the loop will continue indefinitely. Okay, so it will be an infinite loop. You are given a program that outputs all the values from 0 to 20. Change the code to make it output only numbers that are multiples of 3. Okay, so it starts from 0, and then we want num. Be attentive and don't output 0. Well, we could do this plus 3, and then plus equals to be attentive and don't output 0. I'm not too sure how to don't output 0. Okay, as in we can start from 3 here, I guess. Then we want to be outputting a 0. Bruh. And then we can just increment the num by 3 and just loop all the way until it's 18. Then it will increment to 21, but 21 is not it's not less than 20, so it will just stop this condition. Let's try it. Okay, so awesome. Just start with 3 and just increment by 3 every single time. The while loop. Fill in the blanks to increment Bacon's value by 2 and print only the even values. Yeah, so you have to increment this by 2 and it will just print out the even values. Oh shoot. Sorry. It's not supposed to be if, it's supposed to be while. Yep, my bad. Oh no, I have 2 more lives. Let's see if we can go through this with 2 lives. 15. I have to pay more attention next time. And as in from now onwards. Using increment or decrement. The increment or decrement operators can be used to change values in the loop, which is this operator plus plus or minus minus, equivalent to num equals to num plus 1. This is also very important. It's like a short form of doing this. I think we have already learned this in the previous chapter, but they're sharing it with us again, I guess, which is good, I guess. Helps with reiteration, helps us remember stuff. Fill in the blanks to print x value from 1 to 5, incrementing x value using plus plus operator. So it will print from 1 to 5 x plus plus. Okay, done. Well done. Using a while loop. A loop can be used to obtain multiple inputs from the user. Let's create a program that allows the user to enter a number 5 times, each time storing the input in a variable. Yeah, it does that, I guess. So there is a practice. Let's see. Create a timer program that will take the number of seconds as input, output the remaining time, and count down to 0. You need to output every number including 0. Okay. Use the decrement operator for shorter code. Okay, so let's try this. While seconds is less than, give me just a moment. So they seem to always use x as the variable. Num x, just a few things. We'll use x, I guess. The convention is to use I, so it's gonna be something like while, it's gonna be like int int I equals to 0. Then there is a while I is less than seconds, and then it will just print the, it starts from 5. Okay, so this is equals to seconds, so I starts with the number which is the seconds, and then it will decrease. So if it starts from 5, it will decrease all the way until 0. So actually we don't even need this. So as long as seconds is more than or equals to 0, then we'll be printing the seconds. Cout seconds, and then we want to decrement the seconds. Yeah, I think this will work. Run. Okay, so there is some error. Okay, seconds. Yep, let's try again. No. Oh, yeah, I have to wait. What? Oh, sorry. As long as seconds is more than or equals to 0, that's how it's supposed to go. Yeah, okay, seems awesome. Well, it would have been better if I just put the end line here. It will be aesthetically more pleasing. Yeah, okay, nice. Luckily they didn't take my life for that. Fill in the blanks to allow user to enter value using cin and store it in the number variable 5 times. While number is more than fill in the blank to allow user to enter a value using cin and store it in the number variable. Okay, so while x is more than 5, while x is less than 5, we want to we want to enter a number into the we want to add an input into the user input into the number, and then yeah, okay, this is supposed to work. Continue. Using a while loop, now let's modify our code to calculate the sum of the numbers the user has entered. The code above adds the number entered by the user to the total variable with each loop iteration. Once the loop stops executing, the value of total is printed the value. Now let's modify our code to calculate the sum of numbers the user has entered. This is one of the typical questions which are posed to us. Let's see how they do it. The code above adds the number entered by the user to the total variable with each loop. Yeah. Okay. So the user is prompted to enter a number, and then the number is added to the total variable, and once the loop ends, the total variable is printed onto the screen, and this is alright. And yeah, note that the variable total has initial value 0. If we don't initialize it, we'll get an error. Yeah. Using a while loop, fill in the blanks to enter 5 numbers from the user and print their sum. Store the sum in the variable named total. Okay, so while x is less than 5, we want to enter we want the user to enter in a number, and then total will be equals to the total plus number and x plus plus, so that it only loops 5 times. Sum is gonna be equals to the total. Check. Okay, awesome. Once again, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, just comment down below and I'll try my best to answer. The for loop. A for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that executes a specific number of times. Actually I would prefer using the for loop instead of the while loop. But I guess it's determinant of the user preference. Okay, continue. Actually, let's just cover. A for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write. The init step is executed first and does not repeat. Then the condition is evaluated and the body loop is executed. The next step, the increment statement updates the loop control variable. Then the loop body repeats itself, only stopping when the condition becomes false. For example, okay, if you don't understand this fully, don't worry. While we are doing the practice, you should be able to get a better understanding of how this for loop works. The for loop. Which one is the correct syntax for a for loop? And this is wrong, and because it doesn't have the bracket in the condition, and this one is wrong, I guess, because it has a semicolon at the end. Yeah, it's not supposed to have a semicolon at the end, and it's not supposed to be a comma, it's supposed to be a semicolon. So this is the one. Continue. This example below uses a for loop to print numbers 0 to 9. So first is the initialization condition, and then the let's see what they call it, initialization condition and increment. Okay, so we have initialization, which a is equals to 0, and then we have the condition, which is a less than 10. Then we have the increment, which is a plus plus. So it will print out the value of a from 0 to 10. And then if the condition evaluates to false, the loop stops. Fill in the blanks for a for loop. The initialization is x equals to 1. The condition is if x is less than 10. And then we have the incrementation, which is x plus plus, and it will print x value 10 times in the screen from 1 to 10. Yep. Okay, it's possible to change the increment statement. Okay. So what we have been doing previously is just a plus plus, but then there is other ways of incrementing it, I guess, which is awesome. Don't forget to add the semicolon after init and condition statements. Yep. In the beginning, when I was starting off, I always forgot, and sometimes I even forgot, is it supposed to be a semicolon or a comma? And yeah, it's a semicolon, not a comma. Practice. Let's see what we have for practice. And there seems to be some construction work outside. That's why you might hear the sound. I'm not too sure if you guys will hear the sound or not, but if you guys do, I'm so sorry for that. You are on a 5-hour sea voyage. The ship sails at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Write a program that will output how many kilometers the ship has traveled each hour. Wait, what? Okay, we're on a 5-hour sea voyage, so it's gonna be 4 int I equals to 0. So it starts from the first hour, and then the condition is if I is, as long as I is less than or equals to 5, and then the increment condition is I plus plus. The incrementation step. Okay, and then let me just change the curly braces notation. I need to get used to this new form, I guess. Let me just close my window. Alrighty, so I'm back. Okay, so we want to output the ship sails at the end of a 40 kilometers per hour ride at the end of 5-hour sea voyage. So we want to see out distance, I guess, kind of, and then this distance will be increased by 40 per hour, and that's about it. Well, we can add this in the beginning like this, and then we will print the distance. Yeah, I think this works. Okay, nice. Moving on. Continue. The for loop. Fill in the blanks to print E and V. Fill in the blanks to print even multiples of two values from 0 to 20 using a for loop. So this is gonna be a semicolon less than 20 semicolon x plus equals to 2. Then it's gonna print C out x. So is 0 an even number? If we print this, it will start from 0, right? And then it will print 0 at the very beginning, so 0 is an even. It is an even number, okay. I did not know that. Probably I did and I forgot. Bad memory stuff. Whew, we are reaching the end soon. A few more. The do while loop. Okay, I rarely use this, but I guess it's good to know for some reason. Yeah, very rarely. I think I used it like once or twice before for an actual project. The do while loop. Unlike for and while loops, which test the loop condition at the top of the loop, the do while loop checks its condition at the bottom of the loop. Yeah. So it just okay. So basically, as for this statement, it will do this, and then it will check the condition. Okay, so it checks the condition afterwards, but then after the first iteration, if it doesn't follow the condition, it won't enter the statement anymore. So this is in the case where you want the statement to at least execute once, which for some situations it happens, and do while is good to know. Yeah, like the example they gave, if you want to take the input from the user and then check if the input is wrong or correct, you can use this. Yeah. The do while loop, which is the correct syntax? Do while test. Yeah, this is the correct syntax. I always forget that after the while condition you need the semicolon at the very end. The do while loop, here's an example. So a is equals to 0, C out a, and a plus plus, and then we check if a is less than 5, and then it just loops. So basically it just does the statement first and then it checks the condition. Nothing that difficult to understand. Fill in the blanks to print x variables value 10 times. X is equals to 0, C out x plus plus, do as long as x is less than 10. So it prints out 0 and then prints 1 and then prints all the way until 9, which is correct. Oh shit. Oh no, it's supposed to be while. Check. Oh shoot, I only have one life remaining. Don't know if I can complete this chapter. While vs do while. If the condition evaluates to false, the statements in the do would still run once. Yeah, okay. The do while loop executes the statement at least once and then tests the condition. The while loop executes the statement after testing the condition. We already know that. Who doesn't love a discount? What's this? A supermarket has launched a campaign offering a 15% discount on 3 items. Write a program that takes the total price for every purchase as input and outputs the relevant discount. And we have to use a do while condition. I'm not too sure about this actually. Let's try. So it takes an input, so cin total price, I guess. Purchase amount, sorry, total price. Okay. And then purchase amount. So we want to increment the percent purchase amount, and then we want to check if the purchase amount is less than 3. As long as it's less than 3, we will be iterating the loop. And then at the end of this loop, we can just see out total price times 0.15, I guess. Pretty sure this is not how you're supposed to do it, but not too sure. I mean, let's see. Wait, what? Let me just add in the end line. Okay, so this is awesome. So as long as it's less than 3 purchase amount, we will print. Yeah, I guess. Pretty confused with the instructions and stuff. But I guess we understood it correctly. So let's move on. Continue. How is a do while loop different from a while loop? While loop runs the code before testing the condition. Do while loop tests the condition. Do while runs your code at least one time. Correct. As with other loops, if the condition is in the loop. So moving on. As with other loops, if the condition in the loop never evaluates to false, the loop will run forever. Yeah, okay. No, I don't want to see 42 forever. Fill in the blanks to print this is a loop to the screen 15 times. Int x is 1, do. So while x is less than or equals to 15. Done. Okay. Great. Okay. Now let's. Alright, so moving on to lesson 18. I hope we can go by with one life. Time to be really careful. Multiple conditions. Sometimes there is a need to test a variable for equality against multiple values that can be achieved using multiple if statements. Okay. But a switch statement is much more elegant. Multiple conditions. If the age is more than 16, equals to 16. Fill in the blanks to print. You can drive a car if the variable age is equals to 16. Print buy a lottery ticket if the age is equals to 18. Okay, check. Nice. Now we are in the switch statement. The switch statement tests a variable against a list of values which are called cases to determine whether it is equal to any of them. Switch. expression, case value, case value. Switch evaluates the expression to determine whether it equals to the value in the case statement. If a match is found, it executes the statement in the case. A switch can contain any number of case statements which are followed by the value in the question and our colon. So that's that for a switch statement, I guess. Okay, so let's just take a, even for me, it's been a while since I've looked into the switch case statements. Don't really use it much often. So there is a switch at the very top, and then there is curly braces that covers the entire thing, and then there are cases, and then there is a break statement in each case. Yeah, okay, done. Switch test, I think this is the one, correct. Here is the previous example written using a single switch statement. Switch age, case 16, case 42, case 70. Okay, let's see. A coffee vending machine makes 5 types of coffee: latte, americano, espresso, cappuccino, macchiato. Write a program that will take a number from the user as input and serve the corresponding coffee type. Sample input to americano. Okay, so let's do this. Switch, and the case is the state, don't know what they call this, but the choice is gonna be here, and then there is the case. Case 1 is gonna be one of them, and then there is case 2, and there's case 3, and there's case 4, there is case 5. That's about it. And then I think it's like this, and then we just see out latte and line, and then we break. I think that's how you do it. Not too sure. I have to just go back and give it a quick check. Americano. Okay, let's just, is there a way to save it? Stands off. Let's see, I'm not too sure if this is, let's just run it. Okay, so this is how you do it. There is a big curly braces at the very beginning, and then there is the case, the number, and two, and then there is a colon, and then the statement, and then there is break. There is a reason for this break as well. They might cover it in the future. No, they don't. Okay, so let me just tell you guys what this break is for. So if you don't have this break, after it executes the first case, it will just go on to execute the second case. However, if you do have the break, it will just stop there and break from this switch statement, I guess. Yeah, so after we execute this, it will just break away from this switch statement and will not continue to see the other statements. Okay, so moving on. Fill in the blanks to test the age variable against 16, 18, 21. Okay, so switch, case 16 this, case 18 that, break, case 21 that, done. the default case. In a switch statement, the optional default case can be used to perform a task when none of the cases is determined to be true. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so it's just default then colon. Yeah, cool. Default colon switch x. Yeah, okay. Nice. The break statement. Okay, there you go. This is where they cover the break statement. The break statement's role is to terminate the switch statement. In instance in which the variable is equals to a case, the statement that come after the case continue to execute until they encounter a break statement. In other words, leaving out a break statement result in the execution of all the other statements in the following cases, even those that don't match the expression. There you go. This is the explanation for the break statement. As you can see, the program executed the matching case statement printing adult with no specified break statement. The statements continued to run after the matching case, thus all the other case statements printed. This type of behavior is called fall through. As a switch statement final case, the default case requires no break statement. The break statement can also be used to break out of the loop. Okay, so this is also important. If you have a while loop or a for loop or a do while loop, you can use the break statement to break out of the loop in a given condition. The break statement. What would occur if we forgot to insert a break after the case? Nothing, a compiler time error, the rest of the case until we counter a break statement. There we go. Okay, continue. I wonder if there is a way to get refill in 4 hours. Oh my gosh. Is there anything I can do with my bits? No, I guess. Leaderboard, what's this? Let me just move on with lesson 19. One more life. Logical operators. Okay, so previously we covered relational operators, which was the more than, equals to, not equals to, etc. Now we have the logical operators: and operator, or operator, not operator, etc. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you guys know about this. If you guys don't, you guys can just read it up in another video or an article. Yeah. Logical operators. Fill in the blanks to test both conditions in the following if statement. If age is more than 21 and money is more than 500, you're welcome, I guess. And okay, so let me just go through this AND operator real quick. So if this condition is following through and this condition is following through, so both statements is true, then we enter the statement. If only one of them is true, then we don't enter the statement. So yeah, both of them has to be true for this AND statement to go through. Not too sure what we're doing here, but I guess. Okay, nice. The AND operator. In the example above, the AND operator was used to combine both expressions. If your age is more than 16 and less than 60, then you're accepted. Yeah, so both of them has to be true for the expression to be true. Both A and B are true. Yeah. Okay, done. Within a single if statement, logical operators can be used to combine multiple conditions. Okay, so we can use the AND operator a few times in the if condition. Interesting. How many AND operators? As many as you want. The OR operator. The OR operator returns true if any one of its operands is true. Yeah. So if any one of this is true, then you're accepted. If your age is more than 20 or your score is more than 50, you are accepted. Awesome. And you can combine OR and AND statements together. Interesting. The OR operator. Fill in the blank to print welcome on the screen. So if this is the case, or this is the case, you are welcome. Logical NOT. The logical NOT operator works with just a single operand, reversing its logical value. Thus, if a condition is true, the NOT operator makes it false. In the beginning of this video, I covered the NOT operator, and there you go. They seem to have talked about it again in this chapter. So the NOT operator just switches and flips the statement. For example, the age is more than 16, but you have the NOT operator, then it will just flip true into false. Be careful when using this, because not false means true. So it's just a flip operator in a sense. Let's go. We have a problem set. Along with other physical health requirements, astronauts candidates must have perfect vision 100%, and their height must be between 62 and 75 inches. Write a program that accordingly takes the vision percentage and height in inches as an input and print pass if the conditions are satisfied and failed otherwise. So first it takes the perfect vision and then it checks the height. Okay, interesting. So let's see if a height is equals to if your vision is equals to 100 and your height is more than 62, or your height is less than 75, and so all of this has to pass for you to be accepted to be an astronaut. Kind of racist. Psych. Let's see. So print. See out. Passed. And line, and then else. See out. Failed. And line. Okay, so let's run this. Continue. Done. Awesome. Whew. Oh shoot, we still have one more question. Logical NOT. The logical NOT operator works with just a single operand, reversing its logical state. Thus, if a condition is true, the NOT operator makes it false. Vice versa. Oh my gosh. We have already covered that. Logical NOT. The result A or B is false. Is true if select two answers. Both. How is this logical NOT? They're talking about the OR condition here. Both A and B are true. Either A or B is true. Okay. Woohoo! We did it. Okay, so we have one more lesson number 20. Then we'll be moving on to data types, arrays, pointers. I'm more interested with pointers. Pointers was a very difficult concept for me from the very beginning, and even now, as in not really much now anymore, but still, pointers is just a really complicated concept. Function is pretty easy, but I guess it's good to have a refresher. Classes and objects, very, very new to it. So I hope to. And then there is a certification, which is awesome. You can add it to your resume. Anyways, lesson number 20. Type in the code to enter a value and store in the variable x. Then test if it's greater than 20, print x. Print x is big on the screen. If x is less than 10, print x is small. So if x is more than 20, x is big. And if x is less than 10, x is small. Yay. Type in a code to print in a loop to the screen 5 times using the while loop. So while x is less than or equals to 5, in a loop x plus plus. Awesome. Type in a code to print in a loop to the screen 7 times using the for loop for, and x is equals to 0, x is less than 7, in a loop 7 times. Great. Which of the following is true for the switch statement? The switch statement may be an alternative for multiple if statements. The switch statement must always contain a default case. The switch statement is the same as the for loop. No. The last two is definite no. The first one is causing me to scratch my head a little. The switch statement may be an alternative for multiple if statements. Yeah, it can. Then select the correct statements about and or operators. A or B and C is true if C is true and either A or B is true. Yeah, correct. A and B is true if both A and B are true. Correct. A and B is true if nope, wrong. A and B is true if either A or B is true. Correct. Oh shoot. Use your bits to refill hearts. Okay. Wait, what? A and B is true? Oh my gosh, I read it wrongly. A and B is false if both A and B are true. No, it's not. Let me just try again. A and B is true if either... No, this is wrong. A or B and C is true if C is true and either... Yeah, correct. A and B is true if either... correct. A and B is false. No, wrong. Okay. Yay. I just refilled my life for that. Fill in the blanks to print you rock to the screen if the variable A is greater than 12 and variable B is less than or equals to 76. And B is less than or equals to 76. You rock. Yep. Okay. Awesome. Now for the last and final problem. Let's see how we do here. You need to make a countdown app. Given a number n as input, the output number from n to 1. Output numbers from n to 1 on separate lines. Also, when the current countdown number is a multiple of 5, the app should sound beep. You can use a modular operator to check if a number is a multiple of 5. Okay. This seems like a fun problem to solve. Given a number n as input, output numbers from n to 1 on separate lines. Okay, So first and foremost, we can use a for loop. For int I equals to n, sorry, I is equals to n. Okay, then I is more than 0. Okay, and then I minus minus. Okay, so now we want to print cout I and line. So now it'll print from n and will decrement and go on all the way until 1. Now we want it to beep every time it's a multiple of 5, so we can just run an if condition to check if that happens. So if I modulo 5 is 0, so there is no remainder. So if this is the case, can I have the not operator outside? Not too sure, but if this is the case, we want to see out beep. So I'm not too sure if I can have this not outside the brackets, so I'm just gonna try running it. If there's an error, okay, so yeah, we can't have it outside the bracket, so we have to have another bracket inside, and now this is supposed to work. So this is the situation when I modulus 5 and there is no remainder, which means that it was perfectly divisible, which means that it's a multiple of 5. Let's try running. No output. Okay, so I have to print out. No output. So as long as I is more than 0, what's wrong here? Not too sure. No output, cin and 15 for int I equals to n. Okay, I check if I is more than 0, and if it does, check if I is more than 0, not less than 0. Run. Okay, so it works. Awesome. Continue. Strengthening is good. You rocked it once again. Coming next, data types. Okay, no, I don't want to start this just yet. Okay, so we have come to the end of this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe. If you have any questions, comment down below and I will try my best to answer you guys. Okay, prove I'm a star. Let's see, where am I, where am I? What? Why am I 0 XP? Isn't this the XP? Oh no, this is just bits. Okay, so I guess I'm 0 XP. Anyways, that's the end, and let me know if you want me to continue this course, and I will, inshallah. That's about it, and have a nice day ahead. See ya in the next one. Bye bye.